She has that sultry eye look, smiling with her eyes. Today we're going to be replicating Lindsay Lohan's makeup with her glow up that she recently had. She looks stunning. She looks effortless and understated, and everything about her appearance is just so chic, and I am definitely here for it. So today we're going to do our best to get the look that she has, and I'm going to talk about it as I'm doing it so I can tell you why I think that the things she's doing is making her look so youthful and so beautiful. So let's get right into it. All right, let's start off with our base, and instead of using a regular traditional primer, I'm going to be using a setting spray to prep my face, to prep and prime my face. I recently saw that on a YouTube tutorial and I gave it a try the other day, and my makeup turned out so beautiful. Next, we're gonna be mixing our Sheer Glow. This is by Gibson Girl, and I'm gonna be using Strawberry Opal, and I'm gonna be mixing it with this light reflecting foundation by NARS in shade Santa Fe. And I recently got this and I'm obsessed with it when I want a little bit more coverage. All right, so we gotta talk about this Lindsay Lohan glow up. I mean, she is only 38, but she wasn't looking 38 before this situation. And I was reading about her, and she has been sober for 10 years now. So I'm thinking she gave herself a little 10-year anniversary gift with a full face makeover. Good for her though, because she looks freaking stunning. And nobody's talking about the fact that we all know she got a facelift. And it's fine. It's fine. Do you. But at least, you know, be upfront. Be real about it. I mean, I would too if I were her. And apparently she lives in Dubai. Who knew? She's been living in Dubai for, I think, since 2022. And I like mixing the Sheer Glow with the foundation because it just gives it a little bit more glowiness. And her skin right now is looking very glowy. Now this is a buildable foundation, but with the whole Lindsay Lohan look, hers is definitely, it doesn't look like she's wearing a ton of makeup, and she still has that glam look. And so that is what we are doing today. We want to look glam, but understated. Like we didn't try too hard. All right, so these are the 3 pictures that I am going to be working off today. All of them are very similar, a little bit different, but you can just see how they're very chic and glam, but like I said, understated. There's nothing that just is too harsh or anything. And I'm even gonna do some lashes today. I don't ever do lashes. So I feel like that really does bring this look together for her, because in all 3 of these pictures, she has the lashes on. So we will be doing that today. I will be doing that for you. And you can see in these pictures, she's not overly bronzed. You can tell she does have a little bit of bronzer on. So we're gonna go ahead and use just a tiny, tiny bit of bronzer. And I'm gonna be using this Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked by Hourglass, and this is the Dragon Edition. And I'm freaking obsessed with this thing. I've been using it daily. I don't use the entire thing daily, but I use it daily. And we're just gonna go in with this bronzy color. And one of the reasons why I love this palette so much is like everything is just so diffused and so light, and it takes a lot to go overboard with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take an angled brush. This is by Anissa Beauty. This is their angled cheek brush, and go in with this very light diffused bronzer. And I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of cheek with it, starting off just giving the face a flush of color without going overboard. And I'm just gliding barely the brush on my skin. I'm not pushing it, I'm not swirling it too much. I mean, I guess you push it a little bit, but just a very light handed touch. Add more as you need. You know, we will be building on this look because when I do my eyes, we don't want our eyes to overpower our cheeks. We just wanted to add a little bit of color with that. You can also tell in her pictures, she's got a lot of peach going on, and her eyebrows are very bold. We probably won't be going that bold with her eyebrows, but I'm gonna go ahead and actually start with the eyebrows to get those out of the way. And I've been obsessed with this e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel. And before I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of color with the Gibson Girl Brow Powder. This is in Sandy Blonde. And the Gibson Girl products that I'm using today are all my brand. So I do wanna mention that. And so what I've been doing lately with my brows, this is not a brow tutorial, but I do wanna talk to you, something that I feel like is working for me is instead of raising my eyebrows like I usually do to put my eyebrows on, I started doing this like sleepy eye look, kind of like I do when I put my eyeshadow on, because I feel like when I was doing that, I was creating like a rounded arch and it wasn't cute. So this kind of keeps the brow a little bit more structured, I guess. So I'm just lightly dusting a little bit of color on. I have my eyebrows tattooed on, so there's that, and it does obviously a little different than a normal person. I'll go ahead and speed this up for you guys. Plus, this color does give my brows a little bit more warmth back into it, because inevitably tattoo brows does turn very cool. You know, for Lindsay though, let's go ahead and just give ourselves a little bit more of a brow. I do never have this thick of a brow, so I may regret it and I may take it off, but it's true Lindsay Lohan style. All right, so that's bold enough for that particular thing. So let me show you though, this e.l.f. brow gel is, I guess they should have really called it more of a brow glue. And I don't know why I haven't been doing this sooner, you guys. I have, look at this. I'm gonna zoom in. This right here is just, my hairs set off of my face and nobody said anything to me. No one said, Chery, maybe you should try, brow gel. But the cool thing is about this, you just honestly just need a tiny bit. And I always go backwards and flick it up, and then I mash those down. I will never be seen again without having this on. You gotta be careful not to add too much to it. So I usually go in with another spoolie and just kind of push them up where they need to be. Keep them in place. Because as I've been playing with this and working with this, I've actually accidentally done too much and then they just look gross. There's no other word for it. They do have a little kit, what do you call it? Comb on the back of it, but I don't like using that. All right, so I got my Lindsay Lohan brows on. Didn't take too long. You can go ahead and, we might detail them a little bit later. You can use a brow pencil or whatever, but I don't want them to get too dramatic. Maybe hers too are just, they're just a lot more natural looking, but this is what I'm working with. All right, so I'm not gonna use an eyelid primer. Instead, I'm gonna use this Natasha Denona concealer, the Hy-Glam concealer, and I just got it. So far I'm really liking it. I probably could have gone down a shade. This is N5. Could have definitely done N4. Honestly, probably in between the two. So I'm gonna use this as my eye primer, because I want to keep it very natural, very soft looking. I don't want anything bright. And I feel like when you use a concealer, you can still work with your eyeshadows a lot easier. I do love the MAC Pink Pot, but I want a very nice, soft glow, a soft, I guess, effect. Skin-like, natural colors, and then use my eyeshadows to enhance it, but not a lot, because like I said, we're keeping it natural, a natural glam, just like what she has, because these pictures are just, I mean, they're definitely glam, but she still looks effortless. I forgot to mention, I was using the Angie Hot and Flashy BK Beauty brush, and now I'm going to be using the BK Beauty Nikki the Rose brush in number 14, and just kind of, this is a clean brush, so I'm going in and just diffusing anything, making sure it's all distributed evenly. sure my eyebrows stay put. And in all the pictures, Lindsay Lohan is wearing black, so I wanted to make sure I was wearing black today. And she isn't wearing any jewelry on her neck. She does wear very simple earrings. Everything about it, her hair too, everything is just very understated. All right, so we're gonna be using this Ilia eyeshadow palette. This is the Warm Nude, the Necessary eyeshadow palette. But before I go in with this, I'm gonna try this. This is the Candy Coral. It's a lip and cheek cream, which we're gonna be using for our cheeks and stuff. But I'm just gonna add, I'm dipping my finger in it, and I wanna add just a little bit to my eyes to give it that peachy glow that she has. And I'm just patting it in. I'm really loving the peach these days. And when we get to our lips, I can't wait to show you the lip I have in mind. I've actually been doing it recently, and when I saw this look, oh my God, I was like, oh my God, it's so perfect for this look. Now, I don't know how much I wanted this. Like I said, I have not done this look officially. So I'm just layering it because I do want it to last. This is, I guess, adding a second base. And I like that. That's very pretty just by itself. But in a couple of these photos, she has a little bit more neutrals or warm tones going on. And so I'm gonna layer in a little bit of this. I'm gonna go in with this very light, I'm probably gonna be using the two of the lighter browns, mid-tone light brown. I am going to be using this Jenny Patakin. This is their large eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this light color to start. This doesn't have a mirror, super annoying though. I do love this palette. I do have to say, most eyeshadows just sit really heavy on my eyelids, and that one doesn't. All right, so I'm dusting off majority of the color. I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna keep my eyes rested. I'm gonna coin it, it's called the sleepy eye. So keep your eyes sleepy because you want to see where your eyes are gonna be on a normal look. Most people open their eyes, and then when they put their eyeshadow in, and it goes all here, and then they close their eyes and it disappears. So the new thing, it's called the sleepy eye look. Keep your eyes sleepy. I know it's not becoming, but it works. Try it out. Just like with the eyebrows, it works. And of course you can lift just to check your placement, make sure it's all blended. Going in with the same color. On the other side, my sleepy eye. Kind of diffused the peachy, kind of went away. Kind of sad about that, but it's still under there, it's peeking through. Next, just for a little bit more color, I'm gonna go in with this mid-tone one. Now I'm taking the Jenny Patakin brush. This is their smoky eye brush, tapping off the excess. And I'm going back in, and I am gonna go ahead, keep my eye very sleepy and warming it up a little bit more. Dragging it up to my corner of my brow, and that kind of helps lift up my eyes. Now, this also has this really pretty peachy color in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add from the Dragon palette. Let's go ahead and play with this on our eyes. Okay, that's very pretty, very peachy as well. Keeps it very warm. I'm actually gonna use this again, and I'm gonna go down into my lower, outer corners. Okay, next we're gonna take this color from the palette, the Dragon palette, using my finger. And I'm gonna stamp it on the kind of the center. You can tell in her pictures, she has a lot of like highlighter up in the inner corners of her eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and do that as well. And with this palette, because it's so finely milled, you can get away with putting it in your inner corners without it looking crepey. Most highlighters immediately would be like, whoopsie, let's figure out how to get that off. And this one, you can just, I feel like I can keep adding more and more and more. It's hard to, you cannot get carried away. I'm sure you can, but. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fine tune this and bring it over, soften the colors. All right, so I'm gonna come back to the color. I feel like with the eyeliner and the mascara and the lashes, it's gonna add a lot more drama, and I do not wanna collapse my eyes and make them look smaller. So let's go ahead and move on to our eyeliner. We're gonna be using the Gibson Girl Dark Chocolate Waterproof Eyeliner, and we're gonna be putting it up in our lash line. So I'm gonna try to concentrate and do that. You don't want it in your waterline, you want it in your lash line. And I'm gonna be a little bit more heavy-handed than I would normally because it is a little bit more of a glam. And in her picture, I don't normally do this, or I wouldn't normally do this, I'm gonna take it all the way into the inner corner as well. I mean, it will inevitably get a little bit on your waterline, so you do wanna make sure that you're using something that is for sensitive skin and it's not gonna make your eyes hurt for the rest of the day, and ideally waterproof. All right, dramaed that up. And she also has it on her lower lashes, her lower lash line. We're gonna go ahead and take it right below the lower lash line and just wiggle it in, very delicate, because we're not trying to, we want it to be understated. We don't want any part of our face to stand out more than the rest, I guess is the goal. Let's go ahead and just use our Q-tip as our smudger. Hers is a little bit more dramatic, so I'll go ahead and just add a little bit more. I think that's good for now. We can always add more if we want to. Okay, so let's attempt lashes and falsies. It has been a while, like I said. I can put them on other people just fine. Luckily, I do have a little bit longer lashes, so I probably would have forced myself to learn how to put them on myself a long time ago if I didn't. All right, now to put mascara on before or after your falsies. Sometimes I've done it before, sometimes I've done it after. So today, you know what? Today we're gonna do it before. Today we're gonna put on our falsies before so we can let them dry and then we'll put the mascara on. I did run out and pick up something I've never used before. This is the Lash Altia. This is a Kiss Lash Extension Design Kit. It has individuals, it has little sections pre-mapped out. They're not quite individuals, but they are a little bit smaller pieces to work with versus having like a strip lash, which in one of her photos, you can tell that her strip lashes were a little too big and they kind of go down a little bit. She still looks amazing, but if they would have cut them a little bit shorter, it probably would have made her eyes look a little bit more wide awake. But yeah, we're not saying anything negative about her. We're not saying anything negative about her look. So, okay, so we're gonna dip it in just a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh my God, this could be a fail altogether, but we're gonna do our best. Okay, here we go. Precisely why I do not do this. Oh dear Lord, and people do this daily. If I get 2 on the ends, I'll be happy. All right, that was a struggle, and I feel like I have it. Okay, I feel like I have it all the way on my lash line. We're gonna attempt just one more. We're just gonna give ourselves a little bit of a flirtiness on the ends. And that gave me anxiety putting that on. I don't like doing this. All right, we're gonna try it again. Barely dipping in the glue. No. Oh my God, you guys. Ugh. Help. All right. That sucked. I'm gonna be honest. I barely got those on. Let's try the other side. I will not be teaching a eyelash application tutorial anytime soon. All right, let's try this again. Okay, I'm probably gonna cut out that entire lash application because that was really sad and you probably would have unfollowed me. I barely got them on without throwing them across the room. And the lash glue is not clear. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna go with it. You can see the lash glue, and I'm actually just gonna stamp it in as like an eyeliner on the corners. And that's gonna help reinforce the glue, but also give me a base for probably a powder eyeliner that I will put over that to fine tune it. And it'll probably be my last attempt of ever doing lashes again. All right, so I'm gonna use a liquid eyeliner. This is by Tarte, it's called Sex Kitten. I have not used it very often because I don't usually wear liquid eyeliner. So I'm gonna try it today though. The goal is just to even it out. All right, so I winged it out just a little bit and we can clean that up after we put our concealer on. I'm gonna try to do this where you can see me struggle. I will be honest with you, eyeliner is not my strong suit. So we will be cleaning that up and detailing it, and it will look beautiful, just like Lindsay. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit now with my pointed Q-tip. I'm just taking some micellar water, exposing my scar. I don't know if you guys have any recommendations on what to do. I got some tretinoin a little too close to it, irritated it. Long story short, I tried to heal it because I thought it was an eye infection and it made it worse, all the things, and now it's turning into a raised keloid scar. And it doesn't hurt. I mean, I guess it's a little sensitive, but I just put on a silicone patch last night, so I'm gonna try that, but any recommendations on what I can do to help it go away? Try to ask my dermatologist. I'm sure there's some laser I'll spend too much money on to help go away, but because yeah, it does not do me any favors being where it is. All right, so like I said, I'm not the best at eyeliner, so don't follow me for just that. All right, so let's go ahead and put mascara on so we can do the under eyes and the concealer. I'm gonna be using the Gibson Girl Curling and Lengthening Mascara today. Love this as a top coat on your lashes over a mascara that would maybe get hardened and you can't usually apply a second coat. It goes really good up for that, and it's really good for falsies. It's very intense, very black. It has an interesting shape, and what I usually do is I take the flat side and I get the bulk of the product on with it. And then you can use the comb to fine tune it. All right, we want to marry the lashes with the fake lashes. So I'm just gonna flick them up together. It's also really good mascara for anybody who has stubby lashes. No offense, it does work though. And it's also a very lightweight mascara. This might not be the best time to ask if you're enjoying this video to give it a thumbs up since you see me struggling so hard. But if you did, want to take the time, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on my future videos. It would help support my channel. And I promise not to torture you with any more false lash applications because this is embarrassing. Really, truly. Keeping it real. It's not, oh, people that do this daily, what the hell? Oh, gotta be kidding me. You can definitely do this look without the falsy lashes, and for future, I will be. All right, so if you notice in some of her pictures, the ones that we are using for inspiration today, that she has a very bright under eye. So that is exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna be using a mixture of the 00. This is by RMS, and this is, I believe, one of the lightest shades. And I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna mix it with the Natasha Denona one. Just gonna use a dab of that one. I do have a darker shade of the RMS, but it's a little yellow, and I really do want to keep them nice and bright. All right, I'm going to use my fingers to start to work it in. I'm going up, pushing it into the skin. Go ahead and take it down to the areas around my nose. Kind of brightens it up. Putting a little bit in the middle of my forehead for reflection. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my beauty blender. And a little tip, and someone's probably gonna say it's not sanitary, but if you keep your beauty blender in the container with the lid, it keeps it moist. So, I mean, maybe that's a thing already and I'm the last one to know, but I did it by accident when I was traveling. And I was like, wow, you have to get up to rinse it and rehydrate it. Since I don't do my makeup in the bathroom, it really does make it easier for me. Right, that really brightened it up. And for the RMS, the 00, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and have one of those on hand, or just a lighter shade of concealer to mix when you want to brighten up under your eyes or have a brighter look. Instead of having 15 different concealers, you can just have one lighter one to customize when you want. Don't forget to make the face. Blend it all in. It gets in the creases. Always want a smooth transition. I'm going to take a clean concealer brush and just kind of dab out the excess. Dab in the lines, fine lines, and get rid of all the extra that might settle in later. Okay, so now that we made ourselves nice and bright and awake, we're gonna use this Gibson Girl Candy Coral. This is so pretty. This is what we're using on our eyes to begin, and we're gonna use this on our cheeks to give us a flushed look. I'm smiling. You can smile, you can do what you want. Get on the apples of your cheeks and go up. And in her pictures, she is mostly peachy. There's one other one in there that looks like it's mixed with a little bit of bronzer, but for the most part, it's peachy. So I'm gonna keep the peachiness. And this is very nice, buildable, peachy color. And I'm just using the Anissa angled cheek brush again, kind of lightly dabbing it. And we did have color on our cheeks before that, so you know that has seeped down into here to give you just a little bit of warmth. You can take it up to your forehead. Everything is just really light, just a little bit. All right, so she does have a decent amount of highlighter on her face. And I'm gonna actually use the Gibson Girl Spotlight Highlighter in Peachy. And it can be kind of like a blush and highlighter duo with a darker color. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of use that as my highlighter. I'll go ahead and use the same brush. I'm gonna dip into that. I'm just gonna go right over that and kind of set it, since it is a powder, but it also is a highlighter. So you're getting a little 2-in-1. And if you want to be dramatic, you can use this highlighter, and you definitely got to be a little more careful than you would have with the other one that we used, because this is more intense. So ever so slightly, kind of just how I did, because it can go overboard and you can get crevicey. I'm gonna go ahead and dust. I'm saying dust, like really dust. It's barely tap. Use your fingers. Like graze. We don't want accentuate anything or create crepiness that you didn't see before. Okay, we're also gonna just show you how pretty it is. Add a little bit of this to the just sweep motion. And if you don't know how to be light-handed, I would pick up something maybe a lot less dense, so you can really just not have to worry about overdoing it. And this is the RMS, the RMS fan brush. And I'm just gonna use the extra. She puts a little bit on her nose. Okay, so before our lips, I thought it might be fun to try something. I might freaking completely hate it. But she has freckles. She naturally has freckles, as you can see in this picture, but I think they're enhanced. And so we're gonna give ourselves some freckles. It might be so dumb, I might hate it, but, and some of you are probably gonna say that it is sunspots, and that's what we call sunspots, which that's true too. And actually, I'm just using the Gibson Girl Skinny Brow Pencil in Taupe. Let's just play. You know, makeup is meant to be fun. Just gonna smudge it in. Like I said, this might be so dumb, I might hate it and never do it again, but I'm gonna show you guys, you can have fun with makeup. I feel like I gotta take it across my cheeks. I just poked myself a ton of times. I don't hate it. I'm gonna let it simmer for a second, and then I might just take that off. But I wanted to try it. I thought that might be interesting. Actually, you know what? I'm probably just gonna marry it some more. Maybe just diffuse it. All right, before our lips, I do wanna add a little touch of mascara to my lower lashes, because she definitely has mascara on her lower lashes. Try to be delicate, not to get it all over the freaking place. For the lip though, I got one more thing to do. I wanna dust some loose translucent setting powder, because she definitely has a glow, but she also has, it's like a cloudy look, which is really in right now. So we're just gonna take, I dipped it in so slightly, and I'm using the most feathery soft fluff brush, and I'm just gonna barely dust. Kind of gave me a little more clouded look. Did not take away the radiance, I don't think, in my opinion. And this is the Gibson Girl Loose Translucent Setting Powder. And for anybody who has never bought anything from Gibson Girl on my website, gibsongirlbeauty.com. For your first time, you get 15% off with code YouTube15. So if you're interested, check it out for a discount. Can't go wrong. All right, for the lips, super excited. All right, I'm going to use the Gibson Girl lip liner in Nude to start. We're gonna go ahead and in her pictures, she does overline her Cupid's bow. I feel like this matches pretty dang close to what she has. And then we're gonna drag it, but not overline it, down. And then she overlines the bottom. Smudge that out a little bit. All right, there's 2 more steps. Actually, there's 3 more steps that are really fun. So keep watching. All right, the Gibson Girl. This is the Gibson Girl Nearly Naked Lip Gloss, and I like to not go overboard with it. Just put enough on, and then smudge out your lip liner. Or diffuse it, I guess. You don't want to smudge it out completely. And now what I've been doing, what I love, so pretty, is taking the candy coral, what we've been using for the cheeks, and I put a little bit on my eyes, and dabbing it and pushing it delicately, not going overboard because you don't want it to turn too peach. And in her pictures, her lips, actually some of them are glossy, some of them are diffused, but what I've been doing, and I really love, is using this palette. And you can use something else very similar, but I've been taking like this and just enhancing it, but also setting it at the same time. And not getting rid of all the shine. Tell me that's not freaking pretty. All right, so let me give ourselves just a little bit more cheek. Do some fine tuning. I want to brighten up the inner corners of my eyes just a little bit more, because she has just super bright up in here. All right, you guys, what do you think? She has that sultry eye look, smiling with her eyes. I think it turned out pretty good. I really love it. I would definitely do it again, minus the lashes, because that was just, like I said, super stressful. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoy this video. Definitely put in the comments if you're interested in seeing more content like this. If there's anything that you want me to do, a different makeup look, I would love to. And thank you guys so much for watching. I had a lot of fun with this. I really love it. Super pretty, super chic, and super understated. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss out on any more of my videos. And I'll see you in the next one.